Hi, fifth grade. Today we are going to do a math lesson that kind of goes along with Thanksgiving. You can see we have a turkey up here, and we'll be getting to that here in a minute. But today's math lesson is over order of operations. Order of operations tell us what order we have to do an equation in. And we'll look at some equations here in a second, and that will make a lot more sense. But there is a little saying that we use to know what order we do an equation in. And the first letters start like this. P, E, M, D, A, S. We have touched on this a little bit before, especially in fourth grade we touched on it, I know, but you might remember the saying as I start. So if you remember, you can kind of think it in your head. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If we remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we will know what order we're supposed to do our equation in. Okay? The P, or for please, stands for parentheses. If there are any parentheses, we have to do that very, very first. Always, parentheses first. The E stands for exponents. And exponents are these little numbers right up here. Okay? Today we're not going to have any exponents, but that's what the E stands for. That little tiny number up there, and we'll get to that later on this year, so don't worry about that for right now. M stands for multiply. So if there is any multiplication, I'm going to do that next. D stands for divide. So I will divide next if the problem has any division. A stands for addition. And S stands for subtraction. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally tells me what order I need to do things in. I know please comes first, so I have to do any parentheses first. Then I would have to do any exponents. Then I would have to do multiplication or division, and then I would have to do addition or subtraction. Okay? If your problem has multiplication and division in it, we do whichever comes first. We just do whichever comes first. The same thing happens with addition and subtraction. So if my equation has some addition and some subtraction, I just do them in the order that they come. So whichever comes first, I do that one first, and then I do the next one. And we're going to do some examples, and that will make better sense. Okay, but stick please excuse my dear Aunt Sally in your mind, because we're going to be using that on our examples. Let's look at our examples here. We are going to be completing this turkey coloring page. So you'll notice on his body there are some numbers, probably hard for you to see right now, but you can see it on your paper. And we have to figure out what color each part of the turkey is going to be by solving some order of operations problems. I'm going to put that to the side. It's going to be hard for you to see on the video, but remember, you have this paper right there on your iPad or in front of you, and you should be able to see it on there. Let's see if I can get this to be... There you go. All right, we are going to do number 1 first. So number 1 says 100 minus 11 times, and then in parentheses, I see 5 plus 4. So I'm going back over here to my order of operations. Parentheses have to come first, and we have some parentheses, so we have to do what's in the parentheses first. So inside my parentheses, I see 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. So I'm going to write a 9 there, and then I'm going to copy down the rest of my problem. So now I have 100 minus 11 times 9, because 5 plus 4 was 9. All right, moving on down my list. I just did my parentheses. There are no exponents, so I don't have to worry about that. Next, I'm going to look for multiplication or division, whichever one comes first in my problem. Well, I'm looking, I have subtraction and I have multiplication. So next we're going to do that multiplication. We have 11 times 9. What is 11 times 9? 99. So I'm going to write down 99 and then copy down whatever I have left of my problem. So now all I have left is 100 minus 99. Now, I would keep going down through my order of operations, but I only have one thing left to do, so I know that I have to subtract now. What is 100 minus 99? That is 1. So my answer would be 1. Now, that was for number 1, and number 1 tells me it's supposed to be red. So I'm going to go back to my turkey over here. And I see right here is number 1. So I'm going to color that section of my turkey red because that is what it should be. All right, now we'll go on to number 2. I have 36 minus, and then I have some parentheses, 2 times 5 plus 7. Now you'll notice here I have some curved parentheses and I have some boxy ones. Those are called brackets. If we have parentheses and brackets, they both go right here with please. So we do the parentheses first, the inside stuff, and then do the brackets from there. Okay? So parentheses and brackets go together with please. So we need to do that very, very first. So inside this first set of parentheses right here, I see 5 plus 7. So I'm going to do that very, very first. What is 5 plus 7? That's 12. And then I'm going to copy down whatever I have left of my problem here. All right, so that left me with 36 minus 2 times 12, which is in those brackets. Remember, brackets and parentheses are like the same thing. So now we need to do our brackets because we're still up here on our very first step. So inside my brackets, I have 2 times 12. What is 2 times 12? 24. And copy down whatever I have left of my problem that I haven't used yet. And that leaves me with 36 minus 24. Now, normally I would go back over here and say, okay, I did my parentheses. What do I need to do next? But again, we only have one thing left to do, so we have to do that next. What is 36 minus 24? That would be 12. So 12 would be our answer. That was for number 2, and it is brown. So I'm going to go over here and find number 2. Oh, nope, I'm going to go over here and find 12 because 12 was my answer. Oh, 12 is right down here, and I bet that's for his whole round body, brown. So I'm going to color his body brown. I guess just go right up here to the neck because that's where number 14 is, so that's probably going to be a different color. Get his body brown. Don't forget this little piece down here. There we go. Alrighty, let's do one more together to make sure you've got the hang of it. So next we have number 3. It says 3 plus 2 times 8. All right, going over to my order of operations. Parentheses first. Do we have any parentheses here on number 3? No parentheses, so we just go on to the next thing. Remember, today we do not have any exponents, so we're kind of skipping over that. Next, I'm looking for multiplication or division, whichever one would come first in my problem. Multiplication or division. Well, I see a multiplication sign right here. So I need to do 2 times 8. What is 2 times 8? 16. Copy down what I have left of my problem. So now I have 3 plus 16. Well, I only have one thing left to do, and that's addition, so let's do it. 3 plus 16 is what? 19. So number 3 was 19, and that is supposed to be purple. So I'm going to go over here and find my answer, which was 19, and I'm going to color it purple. 19 is right here. Top of a feather up here. Number 19. Perfect. All right, so I've got my turkey started. We would just keep going until our whole turkey gets done. It looks like we have 18 problems that we have to finish so that our turkey is all the way colored. Don't forget, as long as you are using your order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, you should be just fine. Do your best. Good luck. I can't wait to see your turkeys.